When it comes to the signature dish of Seaweed House, it's got to be the crustacean cream pork-belly. What makes it so special is basically really just all the effort that's put into making the sauce and getting the freshest ingredients possible. We basically bring in lobster head shells and prawn head shells, and then we roast them to a broth that's being cooked and simmered for 4 to 5 hours to really extract all the essence and the flavor of the shells. And then on the next day, we further reduce it with cream to create a velvety, smooth, cheese-like texture. And then that is finally served with our handmade pork-belly and some fresh mussels and charcoal grilled tiger prawns. So the fact that we take 2 excruciating days just to extract the flavor, the sweetness from the prawn heads, the bitterness from the lobster head that really counterbalance everything, and then mixing in with all the different techniques that we use just to create a sauce is what makes it so special. Hello everybody, my name is Leo and I'm the head chef of Seaweed House. I've been a chef for the past 8 years, and growing up I love to dabble in cooking, helping my grandma especially to prepare dishes, to learn more about food. I find myself really being happier learning more about food than doing anything else. Right, Seaweed House, it's a lifestyle concept that is helmed by Thai luxury property developer Sunsiri. And over here we have a restaurant that focuses on the home dining and drinking experience. And over here we also have an art gallery, a retail store, and an outdoor terrace space. So over here at Seaweed House, we serve modern Asian cuisine that focuses on the sharing concept. Over here we want our guests to have a little bit of everything, to taste this and that, and the joy of sharing.
So the plan for today is we have to assess the fish that will eventually be used in our Chilean sea bass dish. So over here, right, we have the Chilean sea bass, also known as the Patagonian toothfish. So it's a very versatile piece of fish. It's very firm, it's nice and oily. You can stand up to all kinds of different cooking techniques. So this is one of my favorite fish to work with.
The inspiration behind the Chilean sea bass dish, it's quite a fairly long story. Growing up, I have a traditional grandmother, and she used to cook this fish dish, that probably all Chinese family has done so, which is the steamed fish. It's unforgettable up to now. It's very simple, classic, but it's very tasty. So we're thinking maybe we can have some of the fundamentals of the dish, but elevating it in a different manner. And hence, we talk about making it into a steamed fish dish, but having different techniques into it. So we instead, use burnt onion dashi with some wild shiitake and make it into a very flavorful broth, and add some wild Chinese yam to add texture to the dish. So overall, the dish is still filled with umami flavor, but the texture is still quite light and palatable on the palate. So that's how we come to develop the Chilean sea bass.
So over here we have the lobster heads that we are going to prepare. So first of all, we need to cut all these lobster heads into half so it's easier to roast. Just give them a quick cut. The progress is pretty good. It's a good size. There's a lot of the tamales you can see. For a size like this, the green part is quite substantial. So this will really give us a lot of flavor and fragrance to the sauce. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roast them in our oven, so it's really nice and golden brown, and there's a lot of fragrance in this. So what we have over here is the basic meal point for the sauce. So this is part of last night mise en place that we have to use today. Okay. So what we have over here is some sweet prawn cakes, and then we're gonna saute this for a bit. After which, we will deglaze it with some brandy over here to add extra flavor and depth to the sauce that we're gonna be making. So over here, this is how it looks like, once everything is well blended and incorporated. So what we're gonna do next is to add in the mirepoix that we just roasted and also the roasted lobster shells. So we're gonna fill this up with water, and this is ready to bring the boil in. Okay, so over here are some of the components that we have to build our cross-section cream pappardelle. So over here, this is the most important component, I would say, for the dish. This is our end product. This is the finished cross-section cream sauce. So inside, there are the essence of lobster heads, the flambéed and deglazed prawn shells with brandy, and then we have our mirepoix inside. So this has been done over the course of 2 days. So it's very nice and flavorful, sweet, a bit of bitterness, really tastes like, seafood bis over here. And then don't forget our handmade pappardelle that we make every week. Okay, so first, we need to warm up our pasta sauce. The mussels have already been pre-blanched, so we don't need to further cook them. So what we want to do is spread them, warm them up.
Whatever we do, we try to put in our best effort. We always hope that the effort that we put in can be translated 100% into a dish, and then in turn the guests will appreciate what we do. Sometimes that can be seen on a dish and appreciated by the guests. Sometimes there's a lot of back-end work that they don't see, and it doesn't translate well to the guests. But that doesn't mean that the team and myself doesn't enjoy the process of creating and doing the work that we have put in. End of the day, for us, as long as the guests are happy eating our food and come back time and time again to enjoy the rest of our creation, that's really enough for us.